Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV Wednesday night edition. Tier list, David Moyes, all these signings and more. To my right is Lucas. Down the bottom there is WestHamOnline, and over there is Mitchell, all the way from Gidea Park. Gentlemen, how are we this evening?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good man.
Hot
Good
and
man.
sticky.
Yeah, it's very hot in the UK. I will say that. WestHamOnline, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm kind of sticky too.
Just sounds like another Wednesday night for you two down there.
It's definitely a normal Wednesday night for these two.
Hot
I
and
must
sticky,
say.
like my balls.
Yeah, very much so. Tier list time, Lucas. I'll hand it over to you, and I'll let you do your thing.
All right, we will bring in the magical
Good evening.
list. Oh my gosh, what was
Whatever
that?
is.
What was that?
That was
Someone-
me loading up the video to read the comments because I can't get them on here, and the Hot Wheels ad came on.
I thought someone was drag racing a Subaru down your ends or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Space will be happening. James is hosting tonight. He's got Andrew Analyst on. Mitch is making his return.
Yeah.
Oh, and real quick before we start, everyone, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and hit the bell notification to get notified of all of our videos and all of our live streams. Be here first. Be here swift. You feel me?
Yeah.
Get on with it.
All right. So I think this is going to be a communal tier list because it'd be way too long for us to go and make our own. So we're all going to have to come to an agreement at the end of this.
Well, the first
Yeah.
one
We will.
is easy.
We agree all the time, so there's no problem.
The
Yeah.
first one is easy. Just move him. Just move him.
We're going to start off with let's go
With the first one.
Let's go Flynn Downs. What are we
Fast.
saying about Flynn Downs?
I think they're in a nice order.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate on that?
Let's get Flynn done
Bust.
first. Let's get Flynn done first,
Oh.
and then we'll move on from the start.
Bust,
All right.
obviously.
Okay.
Not so great, I'd say.
Bust. He's been. How the hell is he any higher? What's he done?
Well, he's done a
He's
lot
still
more.
got a chance to do all right at West Ham as a squad player. He was signed for cheap and he's a decent
I
age.
disagree. Bust for me.
Right, he's saying bust.
Bust.
What are you saying, Lucas?
Come on, it's not a bust. Come on, it's not
It is,
bust.
and
I
it's
would
easy.
say
as well.
for me, I'd go not so great because I think he has done decently in some matches and not so great in some. But I think that it's 50-50 on it's down to his ability, and he hasn't really been set up for success. So for me,
By the way,
I would put not so great.
are we doing it so that the people at the top of that tier are the better ones? Do you know what I'm saying? Not the usual.
Agreed.
We could do that.
It says fantastic business, so I'd hope so.
And what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, so if you had, say, Vlasic in with not so great with Flynn Downs, but he was to the right of Flynn Downs, are we saying that Flynn Downs is slightly better?
I didn't really plan on doing that, but we can.
Yeah, why not? You know what I mean?
Okay,
Go
so
on then, let's get on with it.
So Fever, what are you saying? Not so great.
Not so great for me. I thought he'd be a bit more, but let's have it right. He was a member of the side that won us a cup, so you got to give him some respect. So not so great.
Mitch, what are you saying?
Sorry, Hawkins family. I do need to win. I'm okay. With not so great. I think not so great. But it's probably
All right,
fair.
Alf, you're overruled. Sorry.
Move on.
Love to know
go.
what's the bust then.
Let's go to. Let's do Vladimir Sufal. What are we saying on Mad Vlad?
Fantastic business. 5 million. Got in. Some people put him in their Premier League team of the year in his first season. Yes, next couple of seasons he's been inconsistent, but for 5 million, he's won a trophy. He's a good leader. First season was incredible. Fantastic business.
Mitch?
Lucas?
I would say fantastic business because obviously he's not the player he was when he first joined in the first couple of seasons, but for how much good he done for the low wages and the low price we paid for him, he's got to be fantastic business for me. But probably on the lower end of fantastic business, I'd say.
For me, it'd be hard not to say fantastic business. The value was great. That one, I think it was his. Was it the first or second season where him and Cresswell both were up there with assist for fullbacks in the league?
It was first season.
He's been. I don't know. I think he's been a pretty steady signing. I don't think he's had like a monstrosity of a year. I think in my opinion, he's only had 1 year where he was a bit off it. But I think he's been pretty consistent. And I mean, for the value, I wish I could mix these two together because he has been a fantastic servant and it was fantastic business. But for me, I would go fantastic business, especially for the price. And then he's had the stats to back it up. What are you saying, Fever?
I think, yeah, I'd say a good servant. I think 5 million is a good fee, let's be honest. Like, where else are you going to get a player who's come and done what he's done over the last few years he's been here? So, yeah, I'll make mine short and sweet. Good servant.
All right, so, Alf, you said fantastic business. Mitch, did you say fantastic business?
I did, yeah.
All right, 3-1 overruled. Fantastic business. All right, we will move on to... Does anyone have one they want to move on to that they see that they're very intrigued to talk about?
Jared Bowen, please.
Okay, should we even waste any time here? Fever, you start off. Give us your thoughts on Jared Bowen.
Fantastic business. £22 million. Very, very good. That's me.
Mitch?
Fantastic business.
Alf?
The best signing, I think.
Yeah, the best signing, easy. The best signing we've made in probably, I'd say he's even been a more successful signing than Pyatt was. So I'll put him right at the top.
That's actually that'd be a good debate. But yeah, there's no messing about with that one. Jared Bowen, fantastic business. I'm not even gonna say anything further. Let's go to this is an interesting one we'll go to. Let's go Maxwell Cornet. Who wants to go first?
Bust, easy. He couldn't have been worse so far. Just got injured. When he's played, he's been offside the whole time. I don't know how he could have been any worse.
All right. Mitch?
It does hurt. It's going to have to be bust. It has to be bust, in my opinion. But I still think he could have a good future at the club. It's possible, but it's got to be bust.
Fever?
Not so great for me, but I know I'm going to be overruled. I think people are looking at him as a bust, but when he first come into the side, he was pretty good.
I busted up when we signed him.
And basically, when you look at him now, he's nowhere to be seen, is he? So yeah, not so great for me.
Yeah, let's just take the knife out of the skin real quick and let's just say absolute bust. I agree. I loved the signing. Personally, I love his versatility, but injury record, performance so far, just not a great mix. He's been a bust so far. Not great. All right. Let's go to one of the new boys. Let's go to Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus, Fever, started off. What are we saying?
I think it's fantastic business, but we just don't know. So I'm actually going to say it's okay at the minute. Do you know what I mean? I can't really give him anything because we just don't know with him, do we? Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest.
Yeah, you can't class him as a good servant either because he's been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'll go okay at the moment as well, but it's hard to rank him when he's played 3 minutes.
Yeah. So,
okay. Mitch, we're on Mohamed Kudus. What are you saying? Really, he is going to have to go in either okay or fantastic business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't rank him yet. I'm going to need 2 boys.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to go. I would say fantastic business because everything that I've seen on different platforms, different YouTube channels that aren't West Ham, they've all been praising it as fantastic business. And really, when you have a player like that who we got for almost £40 million, and you see players like Cole Palmer going for 45 and some others going way above and beyond that, I think that's a fantastic business, and he's proven it at Ajax, which it's a Dutch league, but I wouldn't say it's a farmers league by any means. It's a decent league. He was excellent in the World Cup for a country that isn't so big, and really no one's expecting them to do much. So
Yeah, but we don't even know where he's going to play yet.
Yes, I agree, but we're talking about the signing.
Well, that comes into the signing as well. Surely the amount of money you spend should quantify and how important it'd be.
Well, and that's why I'm saying if you compare it to other business you've seen around the world, I think it's fantastic business personally. But it sounds like we are in the okay bracket.
For now, yeah.
Which I do not have a problem with. We'll go there. Let's go to an old face. An old face that we haven't talked about. I haven't heard his name in a long, long time until today when doing this. Let's go Darren Randolph, £4 million. I think we bought him back from, was it Bournemouth? Nottingham Forest?
Yep. Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
It says colors, man. Mitch, you go first. What are you saying about Darren Randolph? £4 million we bought him back for.
Darren Randolph. I met him in the foot asylum. They just have to sign playing now.
Bust.
Yeah.
All right, Mitch, do me a favor. Put the headset back on. Headset back on.
Oh, you just cracked me up there. You just done me. You just tickled me. Go on.
I had to nip that in the
I know.
bud
I was
quick.
like, what am I going to say?
There's no way around it. He's just got to get the headset back on. People, if you prefer that over the headset, you haven't listened to anything beautiful in your life, because that is like he's swimming in the Atlantic and someone just pushed him underwater. But Alfie, what are you saying about Darren Randolph?
4 million. Got on with people in the dressing room. When he played, he was all right. Okay for me. £4 million. I think you can't really.
So I wanted to cause divide here between good servant and okay, because in my opinion, I think Darren Randolph was a good servant.
Did he ever have a good game for West Ham though? Can you remember?
Well, it depends on what you define like a good game. I think there's been many times where he was very solid and he come in and done exactly what he was supposed to do. Kind of like Ryan Fredericks at times. Ryan Fredericks had a few matches where he was outstanding, but most of the time he was just very solid when called upon. So like I did want to create divide with these two tiers, because if you ask me, for £4 million, and he was never really that bad for us, and he wasn't a problem in the dressing room, I'm actually torn between good servant and okay. Mitch, I don't even know why you're laughing. You weren't even here for the whole conversation we just had.
Oh,
you're underwater.
Tell me to put him as good servant.
4 million.
£4 million never caused a problem. Was pretty solid.
Flint Down's in shape as well.
No, but how about you listen to what I was going to say? Good in the dressing room, never caused a problem. £4 million, never really had a stinker of a match. I thought he was all right, solid when called.
He had a couple stinkers for us when he played.
Name them.
I can't remember because it was years ago, but I remember he had a couple stinkers.
So, Mitch, you would go okay.
I don't give a fuck about. Oh, sorry. I don't care about the geezer.
It doesn't matter. We can't hear you when you're underwater.
Well, what are you saying?
Okay, so what are you saying?
Bust.
That's an awful opinion. Fever, go ahead.
I'm gonna say not so great. That's the way I'm at.
So me and Alfred, okay. You two you're not so great, and Mitch is at bust. 2 over 1. We're going okay for now. We will rearrange this towards the end.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go with Gianluca Scamacca. Fever, you go first.
I thought he was okay. People are going to say not, but I thought he was all right. I just thought he signed for West Ham. He didn't fit the system, but he did score goals for us. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I think people go over the top in regards of him, if I'm being honest. I don't think he's a bust, and people are going to say he's not so great. I thought he was okay. I thought he was I thought it was okay for me.
Alf, what are you saying?
Bust. Talented player, but absolute crap signing. Didn't fit us one bit. Stupid signing. He never adapted. Wanted to leave after a season. Spent the back end of the season injured. Complete bust flop.
Mitch.
But how can just to say this, yeah? Just to say this quickly, yeah. How can you say that it's a bad signing? Like it hasn't got nothing to do with the signing, though, has it? Let's be honest.
Why? What's
Because as a player, if you just judge him as a player only, I think he was not too bad.
Well, that's not how you judge him. You judge him on how good the signing was, and that can contain, did he suit the system? How much? Well, he was a £32 million player, and we should never have paid that for a player who me and Mitch said at the time, and it was right, didn't suit us. So I think it was completely stupid signing and a bust. I'm not blaming it all on Scamacca. I blame the coaching staff as well, but it was definitely a bust.
Mitch?
I'd go not so great. I'd go at the top of not so great.
One of the worst signings I've ever seen.
I would also say not so great. I think he's a good player, just really didn't fit our squad at the time.
He's got some fairly important goals for us as well last season.
What?
In the Conference League, in the Premier League.
The way I look at it, I think the value was what we paid for him. I thought was all right. I think he is a good player, but it just did not work out at West Ham. He didn't fit the system. He was a bit miserable towards the end and whatever. But I would say not so great. So Alfie's saying bust. Me and Mitch say not so great. Fever, what'd you say?
I thought it was okay myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
Should you put him above Downs? I think
Downs was a better
I
signing.
think Scamacca done more than Downs.
We'll worry about that at the end.
32 million for a striker.
I mean, recuperated a good amount of money from that.
Not really. Got 20.
Sorry, Alf. Overruled once again. 2-1.
That is a bust if I've ever seen one.
All right, let's move on to. Let's go on to our main man, Dings. We're saying about Dings.
Bust. Highest paid player at the club. Oh my god.
I don't know what to say here.
I'll put him here to save the argument.
Just put him bust, boys. Let's discuss this one.
Yeah,
bust.
let's put him as bust.
You sure you don't want to keep him in fantastic business?
No, bust all day.
140 grand a week or whatever he's on.
And we will rearrange the order at the end.
And that is why it's come back out the bus signing. Signs up the corner and
exactly.
Others. Oh,
it's
bust.
still a bad signing.
Yeah, that's why it's not so great. That's why it's not so great signing. But bus is right at the bottom.
Well, it's still a bust. We just make a lot of bus.
All right, let's move on to. Let's go Tilo Care. What are we saying about Tilo Care?
I'm going to say, for me, okay. I think he's okay. Yeah, I don't think he's bad. I don't think is he great? No, but is he an okay signing that can do multiple positions? I think he's all right. So I'll go okay with this one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate, Alfie, on that?
He's just an average player, and we played an average price.
Mitch?
Average player, had highs and he's had lows. We didn't play much for him. Okay.
Again, I mostly do agree with okay, but I do think he's been a decent servant. He's been asked to play, or he hasn't made a fuss of where he's played. He plays wherever he's asked.
But he's had some hardest.
Yes, I know. I'm being good servant is literal. This isn't like.
Let's put him at the top of okay then. Do you want to put him at the top of okay?
Yeah.
We'll do that at the end, but I'll agree with you guys. We'll put it in okay. He was okay. Let's move on to Let's go Kurt Zuma. Alf, you start off. What are we saying about Kurt Zuma?
What
was it? £25 million we paid for him?
Yeah, something like that. I'm in between fantastic business and good servant, but I'm going to go fantastic business. I think at times he's been incredible, to be honest. At times he's dropped off, but I think without him, we definitely wouldn't have got Europe twice. I think we would have just got it the once the season before he came. I thought he was brilliant in his first season at the club, and I think he probably has repaid his fee and more. So, yeah, fantastic for me.
Mitch, what do you say?
I'd say good servant. I think if it wasn't for his injury record, he would be in a fantastic business. But his extensive injury list beforehand, before you signed him, and then since signing, for me, is why he goes good servant.
You know what? His injury. I was thinking the same thing. His injury record, I think, puts him in good servant for me. But I'll let Fever elaborate on his thoughts. What are you saying?
I think for the fee that we paid for him is fantastic business, but for what he's done, and obviously he's had a lot of stuff on and off the pitch happen, I think he's been a good servant. I would go good servant myself. I think what's happened with him, and there's been games before he has been bad, but recently he's been pretty good. So I'd say good servant for me.
Yeah, it is a tricky one because 25 mil. For what we've seen over the years, good business, but his injury record is a bit shocking. It is poor, but he does continue to come back. I wouldn't say come back stronger than ever, but he comes back. He's consistent. I hate the way he wobbles around the pitch. I can't tell if that's just how he walks or if he's actually hurt. But
he started this season really well.
Yeah, of course.
Fair, actually. So
I'm gonna go good servant. So we got 3 good servants to Alfie's 1 fantastic signing. Get done.
I'm liking this so far, boys. Shaping to be very nice. Liking it.
Alfie's just getting
I don't like
dominated.
Randolph one sitting there in the middle. I really don't like that one, but aside from that, I'm happy.
Yeah, you got done in on that one, so
I did. Yeah.
About it. You can cry about it later. Actually, we'll move on to your favorite player next. Let's talk about Thomas Souček. Mitch, I'll let you lead off.
Good servant.
Oh my god!
Can you both?
He's got so many stinkers, man.
Fantastic, easy. He scored one of the most important goals in the club's history against Sevilla. But not only that, the first season he was arguably one of the main reasons we returned to Europe, got 6th place. He got Hammer of the Year, remember, as well. Yes, he's dropped off, but for the price we paid of 18 million, he's done some incredible things for the club. Fantastic business.
So you're saying a goal against Seville?
No, the goal is. I couldn't. Even if the goal wasn't scored, definite fantastic business. He scored so many important goals in the first season. Remember the goal against Everton, the 1-0, 2 against Crystal Palace, goal against Leicester. He won us so many points. Definitely fantastic for me, even though I don't think he's that good a player.
I'll go next. I'm going to say a good servant. I think he's been a good servant. I think certain moments he's flopped in games big time. Do you know what I mean? And I think we will know more this season without our sort of captain that we had last season there. We'll know what Souček's all about. But I'm going to say good servant for me.
Yeah, a tough one. Tough one because we do have to put into account the business and the performance that we've seen over the years. I do agree with Alfie to an extent. He has scored some important goals. His first season was absolutely banging. Absolutely loved it. And he puts his neck and his blood on the line every single match he plays for us. But there have been quite a few times where he's laid some stinkers, but his dedication to the club has never once been questioned. So for me, I would agree with you 3. Good servant for me. Alfie done once again in the tier list. Alf, any thoughts on that?
Disgraceful.
All right, let's.
The season half has been very good. Very good.
Business
But he's been such a hindrance over the last 2 seasons. And he's cost us quite a few games, in my opinion, because of how he's just had like 57% pass accuracy in a lot of games, which is embarrassing.
All right, let's move on to Dinos Mavropanos, the Greek god himself that has just come in. Let's go with Mitch. Mitch, what are you saying about Dino? So this one's basically just off value.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like really there's no other choice besides that. Alf, you going okay?
Yep.
Fever okay?
I'm actually gonna say it's fantastic business for me.
Ow.
And I'll tell you the reason why I'm going to say it's fantastic
I think
business.
you have a good shout there.
£18 million, yeah, for a player who's done a hell of a lot over in Germany. We was going to go for Maguire. We knocked Maguire, or whatever happened with Maguire didn't happen. And we moved fast for this geezer for £18 million.
Team of the season in Bundesliga last season.
And I think it is fantastic business there to go and get him for 18 million. If he comes in and be's a really, really good defender, you've got to put him in that sort of bracket, really.
But
Obviously, we don't.
He hasn't yet.
Right,
Yeah.
but if you look at the
It
business,
could be a Vlasic situation where he flopped to the Prem when he was pretty young, similar age to Mavropanos, went
To be
abroad,
fair,
done well, and come back and done shit.
but if you look at it from a sort of business standpoint, what's a better value business? 30 million for Harry Maguire.
We don't know yet until he plays. If he's
that's
terrible,
why-
it could still be terrible business.
No, but what he's saying is that's why you've got to base this solely off the number.
Yeah.
And some of his accolades he's already come
Yeah,
with.
but he's also picked up an injury. I'm going to say okay for now, but I can see Fever's argument.
Just for argument's sake, towards the end, I'm also gonna agree with fantastic business. I think your Vlasic point isn't bad, but we paid a lot more for Vlasic than
Hell of a lot more, yeah.
Mavropanos.
Now, can I just say,
4 million.
we're arguing to put a guy we paid 18 million for in fantastic business who's never played for the club. But is
it fantastic business? Is it fantastic business when we was going for Harry Maguire for 30 million and then we go and get this geezer 18?
But we put someone who we actually did pay 18 million for, who scored important goals to get us into Europe, in good servant.
And
So
that's why the tier list is fantastic.
But he's been here 3 years. I think 18 million.
No sense, Lucas.
Listen,
No,
right,
I'm not saying he's fantastic. That's why I'm saying tier lists are fantastic. I love this debate.
at the end of the day, for 18 million pounds, considering we was going to go for Harry Maguire for 30 million, you have got to say it's good business by West Ham United Football Club.
And I'd say 18 million for Souček when we was going to get Jedson Fernandez is fantastic business by the football club. Well done, everyone. Souček in fantastic for me.
Well, there you go. But what has that got to do with Dino Mavropanos?
Well, that's your argument just now. Mavropanos
No. I'll say it again because it seems like you just don't listen. When you are going for Maguire, and everyone's going, go and sign Maguire for 30 million and give him loads of wages, and West Ham act fast on Mavropanos, you can't tell me that's not fantastic business by West Ham.
And when you're going for Jedson Fernandez, who ended up flopping at
Spurs, but it's got nothing to do. It's got nothing to do. No, you're talking shit.
All right. We are going to save this towards the end, but
in all fairness, in defence of Fever, 18 million now is a lot cheaper than 18 million 4 years ago. Just on defence of Fever.
We're going to save that for the end, but I get where everyone's coming from. And the way I see it, I think it's a bit of fantastic business for the price, what he's done in the Bundesliga. I know he didn't have such a great time at Arsenal, but £18 million for someone his age, last season, Bundesliga team this season, £18 million is so cheap in today's market. It really isn't the same as, let's say, 5-7 years ago, something like that. But I'm just going to put him in fantastic business for the carnage in the debate towards the end.
I do really like looking at him, not going to lie. I do, personally.
Yeah, I know. He is a pretty handsome guy if you look at him long enough.
No, not in that sense. But yeah,
you definitely met that sense. We'll move on to another handsome bloke who also is probably my cousin to some degree. Nikola Vlasic.
Cousin.
Oh. You're barely Croatian, Lucas.
You're barely Croatian, Lucas.
What are we saying, boys?
Bust straight away.
Bust.
Biggest waste of time and flop of ever at West Ham, in my opinion.
Probably the worst. Actually, could be worse than Ings. With how much we sold him for as well. And, I don't know. I think
Ings was worse, but I would put Vlasic in bust.
And when people were saying about Vlasic before and saying, "Oh, he's going to be really, really good," and you see him after the first game and he can't run. He was absolutely
Yeah,
crap.
the people who said
It was
that,
so bad.
the people who said that were mental. Anyway, guys, if you want to go back and watch James Fever's excited reaction to us getting Vlasic, please type in each one his own TV. Vlasic signs for West Ham.
One more say my name, brother, and your face is all over fucking Twitter. So shut the fuck up. And that is no cap. Do you know what I mean? And I will leak your address to every man, mate. And you'll be having people around your gaff. But shut the fuck up. Stop winding me
Cap.
up. I'm not in the mood.
Cap. All right, I'll
Bus.
go. Really, I can't. I don't have any argument in this fight because I'm overruled. But we'll put him in bust. Let's go Lucas Paqueta. Mitch, you start off. Where are you putting Paqueta?
I would put him in. Oh,
I know where I'm putting him.
I put him in fantastic business. I put him on the lower end of fantastic business.
Fever?
I think for what he has become at West Ham, and look, if he gets sold next year, we're going to make a profit on him all day long. It's fantastic business, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm actually, I know he hasn't been here that long, but some of the stuff he's dealt with, he's been pretty professional. I can't lie. And he's been solid on the pitch. I kind of want to put him in good servant. Fantastic business for me. We did pay a good amount of money for him. So there are expectations that come with that signing.
We'd make a profit though.
Yeah.
Every odd time. So it's got to be very good.
We think that we don't know what can happen down the road, but I'm leaning more towards good servant, and that's basically because of the whole Man City thing that's happened, and he hasn't been here that long. I think he's been incredibly professional throughout that whole saga. We all know how business works nowadays in football, where like so many players and their agents, they'll agree on personal wages or whatever with other clubs, and sometimes they do put in a transfer request, sometimes they don't, and Lucas Paqueta agreeing to wages with another club or a deal, I don't really think that's that big of a deal because it happens so much anyway, probably more than we know. But he never handed in a transfer request, and he did say if you get the right number for me, go ahead and do it. But it didn't affect his play. I would say good servant. Alfie, what are you saying?
Good servant.
So we got two fantastic businesses and good servant. I will leave this right here to even out the tier list, and we will discuss that again.
Lucas, if you're right, good servant. If you're wrong, fantastic business. What hand? This one or this one is my toenail clippers in.
You are disgusting. You're really doing that to the stream. You are grimy.
Tell me.
I'm not entertaining you.
Do it.
Right.
Do it, Lucas. You're saying this one?
Yeah.
Or this one? This one, yeah?
Alfie, I'll let you pick for me.
Yeah.
Incorrect. It's this one.
What? It's in neither.
I just dropped it out of my hand.
His frame rate is that bad. We didn't even see it.
Fuck.
I would have liked it.
Let's move on.
Fantastic business. There you go.
Let's move on to Saeed Benrahma. Saeed Benrahma. We'll let
Lucas, what's going on?
What?
Paqueta.
Oh no, we're leaving him there for now. Saeed Benrahma. We'll let the two.
James, overrule it. You're the man, James. Overrule.
We'll let the two polar opposites start off. Fever. You go with Benrahma. What do we get him for?
25
million.
£25 million.
Plus a loan fee of 5 million initial.
Fever, what are you saying?
Good servant. He's a player that scored a goal, remember, in the final that helped us on our way to winning the trophy. And people seem to forget that quite a lot. So, listen, he's inconsistent, but when he's good, and when he's bad, he's crap. So, I'm going to give him a good servant. I think you've got to rate him for how long he's been here. The goals he scored, he scored some key goals last season on his way to the conference final. Scored a key penalty against AZ. Scored penalty against Fiorentina. Good servant.
Alf.
Good servant.
Mitch.
Good servant. By the way, Alf, I'm going to make you change your Lucas Paqueta opinion here. If you look carefully, you can see Mavropanos sitting above Paqueta. If you want Paqueta to sit above Mavropanos, change your mind. leagues.
I don't think either of them should be up there.
This one is tricky for me, but I was gonna say okay, but we got 2 good servants or 3, and I'm the only okay, so we'll put Ben Rama in good servant. The whole Ben Rama journey at West Ham has been a weird one for me. Sometimes I felt bad for him, sometimes I haven't, but he's been here for a while. Hasn't really, I wouldn't say he's made a muck or a ruck of anything while he's here. Maybe a few little things that annoy people, but overall,
He's either, for me, good servant or not so great. He's been a good servant in the fact he's been here a few years and he scored a very important goal. However, his overall season-by-season performance, I'd say, is not so great.
And there have been times where maybe we haven't put him in the greatest position for him to succeed, but that's up for debate through many different people. So I will suffice and put him in good servant as I am outruled. Let's move on to, you know what? Let's just do it. Craig Dawson. What are we saying, people? Mitch, you go first.
Oh, is he better than business than Bowen? No, just below Bowen for me. Fantastic business, of course. No debate.
Are we all agreeing on fantastic business?
Yep, easy.
Again, we will leave the order for the end, but I mean, what Mitch said, that is tough because I mean, really, was it £3 million?
2.4 or 2.2, sorry.
Does it really get any better than that? And really, one of the only mares that I can remember was that red card against Newcastle. And after that, he's about as solid as we've seen, especially
when he kicked Trey Adams in the head.
Yeah, that was peak. I love that.
That was funny.
Fantastic business, though.
Alf, fantastic business.
Yeah, easy.
All right, let's move on to. Let's get some of these new boys out of the way. Let's do Edson Alvarez. What are we saying?
Fantastic business right away.
Fantastic business.
Yeah.
Alf?
Fantastic.
Okay, we'll put that there. I would say okay, but I see.
Oh, you're joking!
I think that's a fair argument. Definitely.
Open Mavropanos?
You don't like him because he's Mexican, mate, do you?
Mate, we're saving the order for the end. I'm just putting them in the row. Jesus, how many times do I have to say it?
No, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying how can you think Mavropanos has been a better signing than Alvarez?
You are actually such an idiot. You don't listen. But for me, the only reason I'd say okay is because how many matches have we played? 4. He has been good so far. But to say,
he's been involved in 3 of them. But
yeah, that's the only reason I'd say okay is because he hasn't really played that much. But he could easily keep the form going. I have been satisfied with what I've seen from him lately. Let's go on to James Ward-Prowse. What are we all saying?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Fantastic business. I eat humble pie. David Moyes got it spot on. Well done.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say anything because I could go on for hours.
If you got the chance.
Huh?
Who's that to?
All of you.
Yes.
What was the question?
Would you kiss him if you had the chance?
Or pass?
Yeah.
I'd suck him off.
All right. Let's go Alphonse Areola. This one should actually be an interesting one. Alf, we'll let you start off. What are you saying?
Okay.
Fever.
I don't know, really. This is a tough one for me. I can't say he's okay because he's been here a few years now. He's bided his time. He's waited. He started this season off like a train. Let's be real. I don't know on this one. I'm on the fence with this one. This is one I am on the fence. I'll go with, I want to say good servant, really, because he's bided his time. He's waited for his chance. He took his chance. How long has he been in there?
Europa League
3 years. 3 years, I think.
He's been here 3 years. He was on loan the first season, wasn't he, with Europa League. Then he was Conference League. We signed him, and then
Well, he's
this
been
year,
in 2 years. This is his third season.
I thought he was good in. He was good in the Europa League run. I thought last year he was actually crap at times in the conference run. He started this season well.
I'm in the good servant
So
tier
am
for
I.
me personally, because while I do agree with Alfie, well, actually no, I really
Remember
don't
his
agree with
wage.
Alfie.
Remember his ridiculous
Yeah,
wage.
but he's also waited and hasn't made a fuss about
Also paid
being
11
second
million for him.
choice.
So we're
Yeah,
putting
which
him
I
up.
still think today that was decent business. 11 mil for him. I would say good servant. So Mitch, I
Yeah.
think you're the deciding vote here.
Good 7. Pretty easy for me.
Alfie done again.
Objective,
This is unreal.
objective thinkers are always thrown back.
Oh man, I feel you. Knife Agard. Mitch, you start off.
Whew. You know what? Harsh, maybe, possibly. I'm going okay.
This is a good one. This is very good. Alf, what are you saying?
Okay, and he's lucky to be there. 30 million last year, which is a lot of money in today's market. Made so many mistakes last season, but he's a naturally good player. He can't be higher than okay at the moment. He's no way.
Completely agree.
Fever?
I think people are harsh on him last year. This is a man who did get injured last summer, and people expect him to come in and be the next Maldini. I thought there were certain games last year where he was excellent. I remember Newcastle away where he done that that late tackle and saved us from Callum Wilson scoring.
He's right there.
He scored some key goals. He scored a goal this season. He's been stupid this season, I will say that. But I will go with just okay. Just okay. He needs to do a bit more to get up there, but I think he's been okay at West Ham. I think people knock him last season and they give him a lot of stick. And really, he only played half a season. And don't forget, he got injured at the World Cup for Morocco also, so that didn't help the situation. So yeah, okay. For him.
I was gonna say okay, just because I personally love Agard. He's like he is probably one of my favorite players on the team. I just love the way he plays. I like his profile, but it has been a bit of a bumpy road as of late.
Out his Insta, have you, Lucas?
Yeah, it's been a bumpy road for him as of late. I thought he started off decently after his injury, and then it just has kind of been a bumpy road for him. So, and for the price, I don't know, for a club like us, £30 million, it's a good chunk of money to pay for a player. So I'm gonna go with okay, and I had to save the best for last. Probably my favorite, like, I don't know what to call it, story, saga, just like moment at West Ham, but Jordan Hugill for £11 million.
Fantastic business, because he made people interested in the club again. His story attracted outside viewership.
You're having a laugh now.
I love this one. I'm so happy I saved this for last. Mitch, what are you saying?
He's got to be in fantastic. He has to be.
I'll put him in good servant.
He really was. He really was a good servant.
He stayed loyal to the club, even when we didn't want him. Didn't kick up a fuss, didn't put his transfer request in. So it's got to be a good servant for me.
I love that. Fever, what are you saying?
All them bubbles. Bust, mate. Crap.
Oh.
Worst signing David Moyes has ever done in his probably management career. Did not make
he's the worst. I think he's
come
the worst.
on. He tried his best.
Because this is a democratic platform, Alfie says fantastic business. We got 2 busts. I'm putting it in fantastic business, and we will rearrange this at the end. We will rearrange it at the end. So let's start off. We have now concluded. We've got Vlasic, Ings, and Cornet and bust. We've got Scamacca, Flynn Downs, and not so great. Agard, Kerr, Randolph, Kudus, and okay. And then Zuma, Suchek, Paqueta, Benrahma, Areola, good servant. Then we got Jordan Hugill, James Ward-Prowse, Edson Alvarez, Greg Dawson, Mavropanos, Sufal, and Bowen in fantastic business. Now, these last 15 minutes, this is where it will all get juicy because we're all going to have to come to a agreement with how these are ordered. So we are going to go from right to left. So right where Vlasic is right now, he's the worst. And then Cornet would be the best of a bad bunch. So how do we want to do this, boys? What are we saying?
So you actually put Hugo and Bust. Let's just put Hugo and Bust. Come on.
I would hold on. As that is right now, how that is right now, with Cornet the best bust out of a lot of them, I would agree with.
Yeah,
it's tough.
But then again, Cornet's the best out of them three. He actually got some sort of resale value as well.
Okay. Danny Ings and Vlasic. That's actually a toss up for me, but I really could care less.
Yeah,
it's tough. Really tough.
Vlasic is the worst, 100%.
I think Vlasic is the worst.
Ings has ruined our wage structure completely. Just for, I mean, it was the most pointless sign.
Yes, because we signed players in the summer that are low wage,
and now Bowen's struggling to agree a deal, and he's got a year left on his contract.
I agree with Alfie to a point, but I'll just save the argument. Like I said, I really could care less if Flash is his last, but I agree with what Alfie has said, so we'll keep it there. We'll keep it there to satisfy. Not so great. John Lucas Scamacca versus Flynn Downs.
We keeping it? Downs.
Yeah. Agree.
Interesting. Okay.
Lucas, do you agree?
No.
Alf, what are you saying?
Definitely Downs above Scamacca. Still at the club, so he could still go on to have a decent future. Scamacca's had a complete flop. He's gone. We've lost money. At least with Downs, there's a chance we could retain our value or make a profit still. So I'm having Downs above him.
Make a profit on Flynn Downs. I don't know about that one. Do not know about that one. I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna stick with John Lucas Scamacca over Flynn Downs because your last
Scamacca second last in bust. But,
I didn't like your last point. That kind of is sticking with me. Making a profit on Flynn Downs. I think that is crack cocaine.
Yeah, where is Emerson?
Oh. I missed Emerson. Wow. Fantastic
business.
How have you done that?
I went off the picture I was sent. I don't think Emerson was on there.
Disgrace.
Right, let's go to okay.
All right, what are we saying? How would you boys rearrange this?
Darren Randolph at the bottom of that.
Yeah. I think Darren Randolph's at the bottom. I think Nate Figued's the best okay out of the two. And
I think Kara is. I don't think Kara and Aged have been too dissimilar.
Oh,
no way.
I really don't. And there's a 20 million price gap. Not for 20 million. I think Aged's been better, but not 20 million better so far.
I see what you're saying.
Has Tilo, has Nate Figued saved West Ham in games from like losing games? Yes. Tilo hasn't.
Yeah, well, I think
I would say Figued just in front. I would.
I don't know. It's a lot of money.
Because Aguero's still got the potential to be our number one centre off.
Yeah.
Kara hasn't.
Yeah, but at least with Kara, we know even if we were to sell him tomorrow, we'd probably make our money back. Aged could do. So far, I don't think they've been too dissimilar in level enough to judge a 20 million price gap.
Yeah, I'd put a Garrett over Kara, but I see what Alfie's saying in terms of value. But I do think a Garrett he's been convincingly better than Kara. But are we going to put him ahead of Kudus?
No.
Or no?
If Kudus is okay, but Kudus and Mavropanos should be in the same tier.
We can discuss that.
We can. I think it should be Nath, Tilo Kara, Kudus, and then Randolph.
Oh my god!
Because you got Nath's been here probably the longest with Tilo, and then the Tilo's cost us a lot more points.
Well, no, Randolph's been the longest.
And then Tilo's cost us more points than Aged.
He has cost us points, mate. He got sent off against Brighton last year. He flopped at Manchester United away. Tilo's cost us points, and he's cost us big moments also.
Yeah, this is how I would leave it. I would
But
leave
Gaird's
it.
cost us big moments as well.
I'd leave it a Garrett, Kudus, Kerr, and Randolph.
Yeah, go on. I'll go with that. I'm cool.
I do respect what Teal Kerr has done at this club, but I just think, and I know they play two entirely different positions, but I don't know. I think Kudus is more of a home run than Teal Kerr, even though he's only played 5 minutes. But again, that's just my opinion. Good servant. What are we saying? This one's actually tough for the top spot.
I put
You got
Paqueta top.
Ben Rama last for 30 million.
Absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish right now.
I put Ben Rama last as well. How about that?
How can
I
you
would too.
How can you disrespect a man who scored the winning one of the goals in
He's
the
in good. He's
final?
in good servant.
30 million. He's not been 30
He's not 30 million
last.
now, Elf. He's 25.
Plus
That's how
5 million.
Plus 5 million loan fee.
That's how much he cost. I think Thomas Suchek should be last of that, if I'm being honest.
No way. Suchek has done way more than Ben Rama for the club.
There's only one guarantee.
Good season.
Lucas
Ben
Paqueta
Rama-
stays in the middle. I think that's the most nailed-on
Yeah,
spot
I think
in
that's
this row.
fair. I think what it is right now is fair, personally.
Nah, absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Like, he had a good season last year, Ben Rama, right? He scored 10 goals, 9 goals and got 9 assists the season before that. I don't understand why you're putting him in there. Really don't.
Actually, you know what I would do? I think I would put Ben Rama one ahead of Areola. I put Areola last just because he hasn't played all that much under Moyes, but he did well in Conference League. Ben Rama had a decent season last year.
I just want to say this. Suchek scored 10 goals in the first season he arrived at West Ham, yeah? Ben Rama scored 8 goals and got like 8 assists. I think it was last season or the season before. And he also scored in the final. How can he be ahead of Suchek?
Because Suchek got Hammer of the Year. Ben Rama's goal tally in the Premier League is quite frankly.
And the only reason why Suchek didn't get Ben Rama didn't get Hammer of the Year because we had Declan Rice in the team. Otherwise, he would have got Hammer of the Year.
Never been up there.
Last year,
100%.
Anyway,
yeah, but he did deserve it. He did deserve it.
But who comes second? It was him, wasn't it?
No, but he did deserve second, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, but that's an opinion. But at the end of the day, you've got to look at the stats. Yes, last season.
So then you got to look at the stats. So Czech was our Hammer of the Year,
right?
Yeah.
He was Hammer of the Year, but then I could turn around and say, "Side Ben Rama scored a goal in Prague, which one helps us win the final." So
Suchek was in the team that helped us win the final.
And you could turn around and say Suchek.
And he made the big tackle, which won it.
Right, but did Side Ben Rama score a goal in the final that helped us on our way?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yes, thank you. Right. So, thank you very much, Lenny. Ariel and Benny.
Thank you, Lenny.
Move Prowse and Kafel down. Big up, Lenny.
Don't worry.
I personally think that's spot on. I would personally move to Paqueta one above Suchek, and that's it. Personally,
he just can't be above Suchek.
I think right here, this is as good as it's going to get.
Can I ask something? Why is Paqueta in the middle there? I just want to ask that.
Because of value, he's actually not done a lot for the club. So
he has done his value's worth because we could sell him for more now, and his value's gone up.
Yeah,
I think he's good in the middle.
That, but we're factoring in how well they've done, moments for the club, everything. Suchek has had some huge moments. For
what Paqueta done with
Paqueta done this. Won us the final. It was a massive.
And how he's handled how he handled the Man City saga. That's why I'm keeping him in the middle.
Yeah.
I think this row is going to get as good as it gets.
Above Zuma, personally, I think
I'd have Zuma. Oh, it's so tough.
Sick.
Thank you very much, Steve. Hi guys, hope you're all well. Nice
Thank
one,
you,
Stevie
Steve.
Bell.
Thank
Cheers,
you,
mate.
Steve.
Hope you're well.
I just think Paqueta needs to be moved to the top because he's a good servant, but he's a fucking good player. I think if you're gonna, it's a toss of a coin between Zuma and Suchek. That's what I think. Like, I don't get where Paqueta's in the middle
because Paqueta's not been that good yet. Like,
he hasn't been here that long.
Yes,
52 million. He's been.
I personally think he's at the bottom of fantastic business.
Right. So from say last 3 months of last season, he come in, He was scoring goals. He was making goals. He got the assist for the winning goal in Prague.
Yeah,
he started off very well this season.
Yeah.
Explain to me how he's not up there. Like, has
The
been
reason why, my reasoning is, yes, I completely agree. I think he started this season on fire and ended last season well, but he cost 52 million. Thomas Souček joined for 18. And as I said, Souček was the one who, remember, we hadn't been in Europe properly in the group stages in donkey's years. Souček got Hammer of the Year and was one of the main reasons why we re-qualified for Europe. He's one of the first guys that believed in Moyes' project. He scored the crucial goal against Sevilla as well. He scored goals against Everton, Leicester, you name it. If it weren't for Souček, we wouldn't have been back in Europe.
So, and this is where the argument is when you say that about crucial goals, because you're saying about crucial goals in what? A quarter final when another man scored a crucial goal in the final.
Yeah, but he's done nowhere near as much.
But you say nothing on it.
Nowhere near as much.
It just makes no sense. Paqueta needs to go at the top of good servant, 100%.
I agree.
I disagree because he hasn't been here as
he's
long
lucky
as the other
to be
two.
where he is.
Mate, he's done more. Right, you can say that, yeah. He assisted a goal in the final. For crying out loud, that's enough to warrant that, surely.
I mean, that's not really the basis of this. Like, he's been a good servant for how long he's been here in the saga that he went through with Man City and didn't respect us or disrespect us in any way. So overall, I mean, it doesn't really matter where he is on good servant because I think he's been a good servant and his value. I can't really say fantastic business yet, but I think it's more of a coin flip between Zuma and Souček. But
yeah,
if we had to pick between them, are you guys going Zuma or Souček? That's where we're at right now.
Souček up to fantastic business if it's for me.
All right, I think we're gonna keep it here.
Yeah.
Zuma at the front. All right,
let's move on.
Let's cut the crap. Where are we putting Jordan Hugel? Bust.
Bust. Bottom bust.
At the top of fantastic.
I'm gonna put him at the top of bust.
Worst player.
All right, let's rearrange this mess. Let's rearrange this mess at the top. Let's just put, because he hasn't played yet, Mavropanos. We're gonna put him last.
Yeah.
Swap Dawson and Soufal, and then I think you're done. And maybe Ward-Prowse and Alvarez is whatever.
I would swap Ward-Prowse. I'd swap Dawson and Soufal, and then Ward-Prowse and Soufal. I'd swap.
Why? You've seen 3 games.
Why is he in fantastic business then?
I don't know, really. I really don't know.
For me, it's Bowen, and then it's Alvarez straight away.
Come on.
Oh, fuck off. You're joking.
I'm being fucking serious, right? Declan Rice gets sold, and we have to go out and find a player who can come in and do the role. Are you telling me he's not fantastic business for £34 million?
I never said he wasn't.
But you can
I'm saying £2 million for one of the best centre-halves in the last 10 years. Is great business.
One of the best centre-halves in the last 10 years. He was a good signing, but don't forget, let's have it fucking right. He come in when he was fifth. He was 5th choice. It was only because all the others was shit.
And he came up to first choice.
Oh, fucking hell, get a grip.
Did become first choice.
And he scored against Leon.
Right, he was had to get in front of fucking, who was it? Balbuena, Diop, fucking Obona. Do you know what I mean?
And then he did get in front of all of them.
He did get in front of all of them, Mitch. But when you are replacing, when you are replacing 100
important goals,
when you are replacing £100 million player, and what I've seen of Alvarez, I think Alvarez is great business.
You've seen 220 minutes, and you're comparing that to what Dawson done for 2 million.
No, I'm saying for the value of the man that's come in. Are you telling me that he's poor business? Because
I'm not saying he's poor business.
Right, so it's fantastic business then, isn't it?
Yeah. And he's in fantastic business.
And he's got to be in the top of it. So, yeah,
I love
my
tier lists.
Absolutely shocking, mate. Honestly, these days. Fucking Lauren Hardy, innit? Do you know what I mean?
All right.
I do think Ward-Prowse in front of Soufal personally.
Let's get the obvious out of the way. Jared Bowen, easily number 1, in my opinion. Mavropanos is dead last. I think
the other 3, the top 3 have to be there.
Edson Alvarez and James Ward-Prowse. I think if you want to flip-flop them, sure, but they got to stay there because they have barely been here. But I agree with like the signing. Like it's been fantastic business, but there's no way that James Ward-Prowse and Edson Alvarez, who have only played 2 and 3 matches, can go above Sufal and Dawson. So really,
never mind. You put Mavropanos, who's not played a single game, above Souček, Zuma, and Paqueta.
this is why I love the tier list, because there's many things to think about. Many things.
Mavropanos being a fantastic business makes me sick. I'm not gonna lie, that is the one.
It's £18 million for a geezer who, and
I love
and
this.
we was going to go for Harry Maguire for 30, and you're telling me that's not fantastic business? Fucking hell, mate.
So real quick,
that's what I'm saying. I was going to buy a Ford for 800.
That's all you can afford. That's all you can afford is a Ford, mate. And even that, you got fucking Fords.
Ford Bronco. I love my Ford Bronco. Let's get this out of the way. I think we're at a stalemate now. It's got to be Craig Dawson or Sufal as second in line to Bowen. So, this is tough.
I'm going Sufal because he's still in there.
Craig. Because Sufal makes me ill when I watch him play now. And that's done actually for the last year and a half.
All right. Alfie, you said Craig second.
I'm tempted to put him first. 2 million. I think that's one of the best signings you could ever make.
All right, so Fever, you're saying Sufal or Dawson second?
Sufal, he's still here.
Mitch, you're
Where
saying
would you put
Dawson
second?
second.
If it was up to you, James.
Dawson second.
Alfie, what are you saying?
Oh, Dawson second, but James, where would you put him if it was up to you?
Well, it ain't up to me.
If it was up to
How much does Sufal cost again? He costs like 5 or 7, right?
Yeah,
5
Yeah,
mil.
5, yeah.
I think because he's still here, and it is really around the same. I mean, obviously, 2 million is pennies, and so is 7 mil. That's pennies as well. I'm gonna put Sufal second, and solely because he's still here. He did win a trophy, and Craig did score some very important goals in Europa League.
Sufal has been a liability in a lot of games.
Can we make an argument to put Craig Dawson? Is there an argument to put him first?
There is, but the fact that Bowen, if you were to sell him now, you could get him for 8 million from him now.
80.
Nice one, Keith. Top show, guys. Loving the banter and fights. Put this toward the beer fund and behave.
Thank you, Keith.
If Liverpool sold Salah next year for 140 million, and we said we want 80 million for Bowen, Liverpool would bid that.
Disagree personally, but I think, yeah, James, just really quick, where would you put Dawson then if it was up to you?
It's not down to me, mate. So there you go.
Are we out in front of Sufal, please?
Are we outvoted, or are we in a stalemate?
We're in a stalemate on this because I agree with how that is now. Even though I think Edson Alvarez, for the money that he's come in and the way he looks, he's fucking brilliant. I'd go with that.
I'd put Dawson second, easy.
Dawson has to be second. Has to be.
Half the fee.
He didn't win a trophy though.
And he did drop loads and loads of stinking performances like Sufal has.
Who played?
He gets an average of like 62% pass section every fucking game now. Makes me sick.
Right. Who played in the final on the right as a right back for West Ham? Was it Cafal? Was it?
Oh my god!
No, I'm asking.
Oh my god!
Did he play? Yeah. Did he play in the final?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he win the trophy?
Yeah.
Well then, there you go. There's your answer.
You're right. That is the worst. That is the worst logic of all time.
It's not the worst logic. Did he win a trophy, Mitch? Yes or no?
So did Dawson.
Does that mean, by your logic, then, that Souček should be above Edson Alvarez because Souček was in the final?
Right. Did he win a trophy, Mitch? Sufal.
Souček won a final.
Right. I'm not talking about Souček. I'm talking about.
Well, why is Souček above Edson Alvarez?
Did I say it again? Right. Did he win a trophy? Yes or no?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Did Souček win a trophy? Did Souček win a trophy?
Do you know what I mean?
Did Souček win a trophy, James?
The number won a trophy. Fuck it. Flint won a trophy.
Why aren't all of them players then?
All right.
And Edson Alvarez.
All right. Hold on. Hold on.
Biggest fucking thing. He's
Hold
why is that cunt Mavropanos
Hold
in
on.
fantastic business still?
Stop. This is what we're gonna do for the last 5 minutes because we can't go any longer. Alf. So right now, this is where we stand. Alf, if you could make any changes, what would they be? We'll go one by one.
I would. If it was up to me, I'd move Dawson second. I'd move Edson Alvarez, James Ward-Prowse, and Mavropanos to... No, actually, no. I'd leave Ward-Prowse and Alvarez in fantastic business. I'd move Mavropanos to okay because we've not even seen him play a game yet. I'd move Skamaka to bust. Downs to bust. I'd move Kera above Aged due to value, and I'd put Souček in fantastic business.
Mitch, if you could make any changes, what would they be?
Dawson would be second. Mavropanos would be in bust.
Okay.
No, he wouldn't. Mavropanos would be in okay, but he's pissing me off now. You might have actually ruined my likeness of him now.
Love it. I love
Better
it.
would be fantastic business for me personally. Besides from that, oh, and Randolph would be not so great.
You know, I think I'm
What
gonna
would you
change
do,
it.
James?
I think that's a good shout. I will abide to that. I'm gonna put Darren Randolph in not so great, but I am gonna put I think I can abide to that. Fever, if you could change anything about this tier list, what would you do?
Get rid of Mitch and fucking Alfie for a start. I'd be changing them to.
I've been agreeing with you a lot tonight, mate.
That's fine, mate.
I've been the one that's been
Right.
agreeing with you.
Well,
What
that's
would you
fine,
do,
mate. No, that's fine.
James,
Right.
what would you do?
Well, I'm about to tell you, Alfred. Bust stays as it is. 100%. Yeah. All the people in there, including Alfie. Not so great. I would swap. Oh, yeah, I'll probably agree with that. Randolph, Skamaka, Downs. Nath, Kudus, and Tilo for okay. Then good servant. Tricky one. For me, I'd go Paqueta at the top because I think what he's done and how he's influenced his side, I think he deserves it.
Yeah, he
Next
took us from 7th to 14th. Not bad.
Right. He won us a trophy. Shut your mouth. Paqueta, top. Probably go Zuma second. Souček third. I'll probably put Ben Rama as fantastic business because he's a fantastic man and he's just a great man. But I'm going to be real and keep him as a good servant.
He won a trophy though, so he probably should go in fantastic business.
He won a trophy, and that £30 million was money well spent. As for fantastic business, I'd go Bowen, Sufal, I think Dawson. Yeah, I'd swap James Ward-Prowse and Edson Alvarez around. Even though Ward-Prowse has done a bit more, I think Alvarez is going to be absolute rock solid for us. And Mavropanos is in fantastic business because he's £18 million, and we could have signed Harry Maguire for 30 million and give him.
But he hasn't won a trophy yet.
All right, do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know
This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do as the curator of this tier maker. Because this is West Ham United. There's no way we can have this many fantastic signings. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move Mavropanos down to okay, because again, we haven't seen him play, but I totally agree. I think the fee that we paid for him is fantastic, and what he's the baggage he's come with, I like a lot. But realistically, can we have that many fantastic signings at West Ham? I'm not sure. It's not like us.
Well, realistically, you can't really put Ward-Prowse and Alvarez up there because they've not done enough for the club yet. So,
no, 5 out of 21. I think that's fair.
Alvarez, me personally, I would put okay solely because, I mean, you make a good point. The both of them haven't played enough, but James Ward-Prowse and Alvarez, it's tough to put them in okay because they've played not only better than that, but the fees have been decent.
He's like a fucking triggering me, mate. Honestly,
I'm gonna keep
mate, he's fucking winding me up, mate. I feel like just strangling the pair of you, like banging your fucking heads together.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna keep the fantastic business like this, and I am gonna keep Craig Dawson third because as much as we do love him, I really don't think he dropped that many stingers, but he did have some games where it was like he really is £2 million.
where would you put Andrew Analyst, Lucas?
in the pub. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Who gives a shit?
I'd
Well,
put
what
him
you
ahead
saying?
of Owen. So I think this is as good as we're gonna get, people. So everyone, take a look, take a gander. This is your E20 Zone tier list.
That is terrible.
I love this tier list.
Where can we put Emerson, by the way? I'd genuinely put him in
I'd
fantastic
put
business.
him.
You've changed your tune. Last time, you said Cresswell was the better player, and always will be.
The reason why I would is because of the value. We paid 11 million, and he was man of the match in Prague.
I'd
and
put
he
him
started
in
this season
fantastic
well. So I
business.
think
In between
11 million.
Dalston and Ward-Prowse.
Mavropanos is good value, and he's been sitting on the bench, sitting in the stands and things.
Yeah, he's been injured.
Oh.
So at the moment, I put Mavropanos in bust because he's been injured.
All right, I am now exiting this tier list, so there's no
James
going
is in
back.
all composure.
All right, the tier list is officially gone. We cannot go back and change what we've done.
Can we change it?
That is it, mate. I can't listen to you no more tonight, mate. I swear.
James, what are you drinking?
Fucking drink, mate. I need to.
That bowl actually is really nice. I'm not joking.
I know, mate. It's very nice indeed, Mitch. I mean, it's so nice. I'm gonna drink it all to myself tonight. Right, where we landing now? Yeah, you know what? I donate ones to use. Gotta look after you. You know what I mean? I get Alfie a personality. Do you know what I mean? Living the fucking dream. Right, please do smash a like on the video if you do like this content. Please do subscribe to the channel if you do like us. If you don't, it's fine. We accept it on E20 Zone TV. Do you know what I'm saying? Unlike others.
James, tell them where they can find the spaces, by the way, with Andrew.
Find the spaces in your head, mate, because all them voices in your nuts. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there, people. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed this, because I have. And we will see you again in the next one. From me to you and all these hillbillies, take care of yourselves and each other.